Okay, so quick disclaimer before we get started with the bulk of the video. This is not really going to be Pac-Man focused. This is going to be more about me talking about life stuff. So if you don't really care about that, then you can get on out. But if you don't want to play this in the background while you're doing homework, go ahead. I don't know. But I just want to say this is less about Pac-Man and more about myself and my life.
Welcome back to the series where we talk about my life while trying to get to level 256 in Pac-Man.
So first off, I just want to say that none of this is scripted or anything. Uh, I'm just gonna speak from the top, off the top of my head. But in editing, I might cut out some things. But really, the only thing I'll cut out is like the silence in between my thoughts or whatever, because I do that a lot. Because if I don't think about but if I just go off the top of my head, I stutter a lot and stumble over my words, which I have noticed I'd stutter a whole lot whenever I capture my videos or caption my videos. I notice I stutter a whole lot. I think I'm doing it now, actually. Weird. You don't really notice that kind of stuff, you know? It just kind of slips by, but I do stutter a whole lot. Anyway, second off, I know I said we're going to talk about my life, but first off, I want to talk about Pac-Man because, I guess I just want to ease you into this sort of style. It's new to me too, so I'm easing myself into it too. So yeah, facts about Pac-Man. Did you know that Pac-Man was originally called Puck-Man? I guess because he kind of looks like a puck from hockey. I don't know. And also the ghosts are called goblins in some of their weird places. See, I stuttered. Ha! Wow, weird. Yeah, they're called goblins and monsters. I mean, monsters make sense, but goblins, they don't really look like goblins. And okay, so the strategies for the ghosts. Okay, red guy, his name is Blinky, or nickname is Shadow. So his strategy is basically just to charge at the player, or at the Pac-Man. He'll just basically chase him, you know. Then you got Inky, the blue guy, whose nickname is what? Not Fickle. Not Fickle, but yeah, you can put it up on screen. Doesn't really matter. His strategy is unique, so I'll get back to him. Pinky, however, the pink one, whose nickname is like, Ambusher? I don't know what her name is. Anyway, but yeah, her strategy is to ambush, which just means try and get in front of the player. Like, so you just kind of like waka into her. And Clyde's strategy is to chase the player like Blinky's strategy is, but also he typically hangs out in the bottom left corner if I got my information right. So he'll chase you and then kind of stay in the bottom left corner for a bit. And so now we're back onto Inky, whose strategy is basically a mix of all three. He'll just kind of randomly go through the other three strategies. If I got my information right, that is. And so yeah, that's all the Pac-Man stuff I got. And actually, I think we're about to hit on a unique thing in the game, so I'm gonna let that happen.
I was not expecting that one. Okay, oh, what? Is that what they look like underneath their skin? Oh yeah, by the way, we're back to that. Then you can go back to speeding.
Okay, back to this format or style or whatever. And now I think I'm gonna actually talk more about my life, like the beginning of the intro said. And I think I'm gonna start with to set the tone for the rest of the series. I'm gonna talk about something pretty topical. Coronavirus, COVID-19, coronavirus 19. I don't know, however you want to put it. COVID.
Is that a Taco Bell, by the way, in the middle? I don't know if I'm going to uncut just to show that, but was that a Taco Bell just in the middle of that thing? Oh, frick.
You could just shorten it to COVID. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I'm going to do my thoughts on COVID-19. And my thoughts are probably an unpopular one. It's like, what was that thing that people did a while back? Hot takes. It was hot takes. yeah, it's like a hot take, I guess, if I'm using that term correctly. But I actually don't really mind COVID-19 and all. I guess it never really affected me in the same way, since I'm usually at home all the time anyway. Don't really go out. Like, I guess I don't know, it never really bothered me that I can't really go out to other places anywhere, and do things, because I don't really go out and do other things. I just stay inside and play video games. And to other people, especially most of my friends, because it's like the worst thing. But I guess I'm more introverted in a sense, which I don't know. It's really weird. It's really confusing. I'm not really sure if I am an introvert or not. It's weird. You know, I like hanging around people, but at the same time I don't. I don't know. It's confusing. Maybe a topic for another day. I don't know. But yeah, COVID-19. It's not really that bad for me. I said that already, didn't I? I guess wearing the masks is a little annoying, but you kind of forget that you're wearing them after a while. Yeah, when you go to school, you know, you have to wear them. You kind of forget that you're wearing them. I don't know if it's like that for other people, but at least for me, there's been multiple times now that I've just forgotten that I'm wearing a mask. And my mom's like, hey, you can take off your mask now. And I'm like, oh, I forgot I had that. Whoa. Yeah, COVID-19's given me a lot of personal time. And it's nice, I suppose, to have a lot of time to yourself. I don't know, you know, school, whenever they got out in March, the schoolwork got a lot easier. Like, I was able to get done within like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I wouldn't really be trying all that hard. So it made the rest of the school year a whole lot easier, which was amazing. Gave me a lot more time to do whatever I wanted. It was great. I spent a lot of time playing video games because that's what I do. So yeah, school life was pretty great until they, you know, were actually going back and you have to wear masks and stuff. They're offering an online thing, but I don't know how that's gonna work. Like, the way they're putting it, they say that it's not gonna be any easier, and like your chances of, you know, asking for help is gonna be like really reduced. So like, I don't know. I don't really want to stay home for that in case I need help with something. You know, I won't really be able to ask without. It's just easier to do it at school, I suppose. Speaking of school, this is unrelated to COVID-19, but my grades are pretty low this year compared to other times, I guess. They're not really that low. They're just kind of like low B's. That's not really that bad, but compared to what I normally get, it's pretty bad. I'm normally at a low A, mid A range, but I've got like A's in 2 classes. One of them's like PE, which, you know, it's PE. You literally don't do anything in PE now, as in COVID-19 times. My teacher just, you know, you just sit in the bleachers, and then sometimes he'll make you walk around the gym. It's literally it. So yeah, easy A there. But and the other class is either biology or abnormal psychology. I don't really remember which one. It was an ology. So I guess I'm just doing good in that. The other ones I've got like low B's, and in one class I've got a C. Funnily enough, the class I have a C in is film class. So, you know, you can tell I'm the best. Yeah, it's a little weird. I don't know. I just don't feel motivated. I'm not really sure why. Like, I'm not really sure why I have lower grades. It doesn't really feel harder. I guess I'm just not really taking it as seriously as I should. Because I've noticed that, like I've said, classes are easy, but I've got B's in those classes, so something must be up if I'm only getting B's. And I guess it's just that I'm not really worried about it. I'm just not really taking it seriously. I'm just doing whatever. Look, a stutter. Ah, man. Yeah, school's weird. School's weird. I don't know if it's COVID-19 that's messed me up with my grades. I'm inclined to think so, because that seems like the only difference from this year and last year. Like, all the other years in this year. So I'm inclined to think it's COVID-19. On another note, talking about COVID-19 and how, like, I don't really mind it at all, it's not something you just kind of say, you know? Because, you know, if somebody really hates it, like, you know, my friend Dustin, you can't really just say, oh, it's just not that bad. It's a terrible idea. You're gonna make them like, wow, wow, wow. You're disconnecting with them on a personal level. You gotta maintain your friendships, even if you gotta lie, man. Like, you can't just go up to somebody and say, hey, I love this thing that you hate. But, yeah, you know, I haven't really told a lot of people, that I don't really care for COVID-19. But I guess I'm selling the world now, so, because this is a free space. I'm doing whatever I want. This is why I made the series, so I can talk about things that I wouldn't normally be able to talk about. Sweet, good idea, me. Thanks, me. Oh yeah, another thing with COVID-19. My dad has been staying home from work, you know, for the past month, like 8 months or whatever. But I mean, that's normal. It's probably everyone's doing that. But my mom does not have a job, and it's bothering me because she's doesn't seem like she's looking for a job. It's like, come, please. It's just bothering me that it doesn't look like she's looking for a job, even though she doesn't have one anymore. I guess it's not that big of a deal. My dad's job is pretty good at paying, but still, come on. It's like, wow, I'm actually almost out of time for my camera to stop recording. So if there's an abrupt cut, then oops. But yeah, COVID-19's doing bad stuff to people. I guess I gotta say that. Maybe that's why everyone doesn't like it, just because it's doing bad stuff. It didn't really affect me, so that's probably why I didn't mind it as much. But for other people, I guess it's like, it's not the best. People are losing jobs, and people who are really extroverted are staying inside, so that's probably a big blow. I'm sure virtual calls and stuff isn't enough for those people. Those people. Really shouldn't say that. Sounds a little offensive. I guess I'm glad that I'm not facing this whole pandemic when I'm moving to college. That would have been awful. Going into the world, like a new world that's messed up. It would have been awful to go through the pandemic. Like, as soon as I left, bam, pandemic hit. It would have been too much new to handle. It would have been freaking terrifying, and yikes. So I guess I'm glad I'm not moving into college during this. I hope this is all fixed by college, because I don't want to be living in a world like this whenever I move out. It would be not the greatest, even though I say I don't mind it. Like, I don't want the world to be different for like a year or two while I'm acclimating to it. So like, once I get acclimated to that new world, it's gonna change again, and I'm gonna have to get acclimated to that. Anyway, I think this is I think we're at a good time to stop. So yeah, I don't really know how to end this. Thanks for listening, I guess, first of all. If you've made it this far, then you've probably been listening, or you just skipped at this point in the video, which is fine too. Doesn't really matter. It's just a place for me to vent, I suppose. I don't know, just speak my mind. I guess today's theme was Pac-Man and COVID-19. Man, so I thanks for listening, and have a good day. Bye. Oh, and also on screen, show how many levels, what round we got to at the end of this episode, because the whole point of the other point of this is trying to get to level 255. So, you know, it'd be a good idea to keep track of that, since the game doesn't seem to. Yeah, so that's a good number. Wow, good. Anyway, yeah, thanks for listening. Have a good day, and see you next time. Bye.